Try that.
All right.
Okay. Much better. I hung up the other line.
Okay.
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you fine.
Well, good. So, you know why I'm calling you from this line, right?
I'm assuming you want to do 2020 questions again.
How did you guess?
What's on your mind?
Well, nothing in particular. I did have an interview on yesterday that was interesting, and it just sparked up the energy for me to try to talk again. And I knew we had a pretty good one before that never made it to the reel. So I figured I'd reach out to you now and see if you would be interested in, taking a stroll down 20 question lane.
Okay.
Well, it's not called 20 questions, right? You know what it's called. You know what it's called?
Are you recording this?
Well, I am recording this.
You are?
I am.
Oh, of course you are.
I said, you know what it's called?
What's what called?
What? It's not called 20 questions. I ask you, do you know what it is called?
What it is called? Getting to know you?
No.
What's it called?
It's called Swim Poem.
Lamb.
Swim Poem.
Okay. Either I'm deaf. Let me take you off speaker.
Oh my God, you really had me on speaker.
I'm by myself.
I don't care.
It's the only way I can hear half the time.
Oh, okay. But I'm like, speakerphone and interviews don't work well.
Okay, well, I've got you off speaker. I got the phone to my ear now.
And you sound
say
so
it
much
one
better.
more time.
I said it's called Swim Poem.
Swim Whim?
Poem. PWIM.
PWI. Swim Pim.
Poem.
What is that?
I'm going to tell you. You got to know how to pronounce it first. Swim Poem. SWIM PWIM. Swim Poem.
Swim Pim. Okay. Now, what is that?
Swim Poem is short or a antonym, or is it synonym or antonym? I think it's anonym. Well, no. What do you call it when you have capital letters and it spells out something? What is that called?
It's an antonym.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, an antonym for say what you mean and play what you mean. So it's swim poem. So when I'm talking, I'm saying what I mean and I'm encouraging other people to say what they mean. But when I'm with my music, it's play what you mean. So it's swim poem. Say what you mean, play what you mean. Make sense?
All right, I got you. Mm-hmm.
It's kind of catchy, right?
Got you.
I said it's kind of catchy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. How was your day?
Exhausting.
Why was it exhausting?
Because my boss is annoying as...
Okay, really?
Yes.
Why is it your boss?
I'm fine as long as he leaves me alone and just lets me do my work. But when he comes in my office and he stands behind me and he directs me and I'm going to do whatever it is that he says do, and he's like, no, I want you to do it this way. This is how I want it done. I'm like, I'm doing the same thing that you want done. I'm getting the same results that you're asking for. I just do it this route instead of this route. The way you want it done involves 10 times more clicking than the way I do it. I still get to the same end that you want. But he's He's 70 something years old, and he's just like, do it his way or no way.
Well, a lot of
And
people
I'm
are like
like,
that.
huh?
I said a lot of people are like that, and you understand why, right?
No, I really don't. Because as long as you get the same end, what difference does it matter if the means was a little different than the way you would do it? As long as you still wind up with the same thing that you're looking for.
Do you want to know the answer to that question, or are you just asking it because you want to hear yourself talk?
No, I'm not asking it. I'm just making a statement.
I know, but its statement was in the form of a question, and I'm asking you, do you want an answer to that, or were you just hearing yourself talk?
Okay, give me your opinion.
Do you remember the question?
Yes.
Okay, repeat the question, then I'll give you my response. Maybe it won't be in an opinion form, but it would be...
Why does it matter what means I use as long as we get to the same end result that someone's looking for? Why does it have to be this way instead of this way? Why do we have to go that way instead of... I mean, as long as you get the end result that you're looking for, what difference does it make what means is used?
How long has he owned that company?
I have no idea.
How long have you worked for that company?
2 years.
Okay. Did you create the way to do it, or were you trained how to do it?
I wasn't trained. I just got hired and went to work.
So no one was in that position before you?
That person wasn't there anymore.
I know, but so you didn't get any training on what to do?
No. My training came from all the other places I worked at.
Okay. So he never told you how he wanted it done?
Every day we sit down and he's like, okay, something new. I want you to do it like this. I want this done like this. I want you to do this. I want you to add this to this. I want you to change this to this. I want you to start doing this. I want you to do this, this, this. I mean, every day it's something new.
Right.
And he's constantly changing stuff up, and I can't keep up with all of his changes and with all of his little, how should I put this? To me, they're insignificant details that he's adding to how he wants things done that aren't really helping me. All it is busy work that's not allowing me to do the real work, which is getting our cases confirmed so that clients can move on with their life.
Okay, I understand that. So he's never shown you how he wants it done?
He shows me something different every day.
I know. So you have a problem with him showing you what he wants?
No, I have a problem with him standing over me and directing me and yelling at me and being overly aggressive with his voice. That's what I have a problem with.
And why do you have a problem with it?
Because I can't stand for anyone to yell at me.
So is he being disrespectful to you?
I don't know if you call it disrespectful. I just think he doesn't know any other way.
So you don't know if it's disrespectful? Do you feel disrespected?
It makes me upset.
I know. I'm trying to understand.
And then I want to. I get up and leave. I'll leave the room which before I would just argue with him, but now I've learned to just when he starts pushing the buttons, I'm like, I need a few minutes, or I need to take 5, or I can't deal with this. I got to get out of here. So then I'll go to another room.
So Do you feel
Because I'm not trying to lose my job over his insistence on being overly aggressive with his voice.
so overly aggressive with his voice? What do you mean? You understand he's
The
like this.
yelling, the being just too gruff, just too um, demanding uh, with raising his voice, trying to make me do and be what he wants me to do and be. When if he would just talk to me, he'd get a lot more done.
Right, but my question is, does he disrespect you?
I can't say that he's really disrespectful. I have PTSD, and when he yells at me, it puts me in a whole different frame of capability and mindset, and all I want to do is get out of there, get away from him.
I understand, but I'm trying to get to the bottom of what you're dealing with. So you do admit that part of the issue is your PTSD.
Yes.
Okay. So it's not that he's doing anything wrong. It's just you don't like the way he's doing it because of your condition.
No, yelling at me is definitely wrong.
Well, I'm asking you, is he disrespectful to you?
Okay. Define disrespectful.
Disrespect. Why don't I look it up? How about I do that? Because since you don't know what it is, and I think I do, and I don't want to be incorrect, especially since we are, working on listening to what we say. Hold on a second. Definition of disrespect.
Here's the definition of disrespect. Lack of respect or courtesy.
Okay. Does he show a lack of courtesy towards you?
I think it's probably mutual. There are times when we both show a lack of courtesy to one another.
Okay. The question is, does he show a lack of courtesy towards you?
Yeah.
So then he is disrespectful to you.
Okay.
I'm asking you, do you feel disrespected?
Well, if he's showing a lack of courtesy, then he obviously must be being disrespectful.
Well, disrespect was, the word, a lack of courtesy was the explanation of it. And before I looked up the official definition, disrespect is something that's unacceptable, that is deliberately rude. Do you think when he raises his voice, do you feel like he's trying to hurt your feelings?
No, he's trying to demand and insert his. Well, he is the authority, but he's trying. What's the word I'm trying to use?
You don't
here?
have to. I ask you one question. You're telling me something different from what I ask you. Does he when he does that, do you believe in your heart that he is trying to disrespect you or hurt you?
I guess not. I don't know.
What do you mean you guess and you don't know? That's a specific and direct question that I'm just trying to get an answer to in order for me to respond to what you're saying, because I'm hearing you and I don't like being yelled at or disrespected or someone showing a lack of courtesy, but I have to deal with it sometimes. So I'm asking you if that's how you feel. If you feel like, first of all, you said you don't like it, and I'm asking you if it's disrespect, and then you kind of said no. Then when we looked up the definition, you said we both kind of do it to each other. So now I'm just trying to go at a different angle, and I'm asking you, do you feel the kind of person he is? He signs your check. He makes sure you have a clean place to work, and, he provides for you, probably insurance and whatnot. and he does have the ultimate responsibility. You just said he is the authoritative figure there. So his name is on the company he represents. So there is a way that he needs to feel comfortable. So my question to you, specific and direct, and I'm looking for a yes or no, if you can, do you believe in your heart that when he raises his voice, that he is intentionally trying to hurt you or disrespect you?
No.
Okay. So if you know that he's not trying to, and that's not what he's doing, maybe the issue is how you're responding to that. No? Because if he is, as you just said, he is the authoritative figure, he is the boss. He knows what he wants, how he wants it. You've been there for 2 years, and he shows you different stuff. There is a way that he wants you to do it. Of course, once you learn the way he wants you to do it, and then at a different time, you can find a way to make it easier for you, then maybe you can implement that way. But if he's for the first, second, or third time, or if he's trying to show you how he wants it done, he needs to be comfortable as the authoritative figure, the CEO, the person who's being held accountable for what happens. He needs to know that it is going well. And 2 years is a long time, but it's not so much time that he can't want to be sure that he's getting exactly what he's expecting. So if he comes in, and I can only imagine if he's, the CEO, he's probably a little more wired than an average person would be. So it would be normal for a person with more responsibility to have a little more stress and pressure. So him lifting his voice is probably out of the stress and pressure that he has. But if you know that he means you no harm, in the sense that he's not trying to disrespect you, and he's not trying, he has malice in his heart and he's trying to bully you, or he's actually being mean. Mean is a new word that I learned, just the other day. If he's not being mean on purpose, then maybe you could look at how you are responding to what's going on, and maybe that can be, the resolve to what you're experiencing.
Okay, I'll take a look at it.
You'll take a look at what?
My responses.
Why are you going to take a look at it?
Because I know how to take constructive criticism, and you obviously are giving me some good advice. So it's something that I probably need to take a look at.
So when you say it's good advice and you can take constructive criticism, why are you using the word probably when it says you need to take a look at it? If you know it's constructive and you can take good advice, why don't you just say you will take a look at it and not probably?
Oh, my God.
Oh, your God.
Oh.
What about your God? Is your God different from mine or everyone else's?
I don't know. I might worship my lamp, and that might be my God.
Okay, well, that's between you and
I
whoever
don't.
that is.
I'm just saying. You never know what a person's God might be.
So you didn't answer my question. Are you going to take a look at it, or are you going to probably take a look at it?
I've already taken a look at it. It's just listening to you, so it's all good.
What's all good?
I will change my response.
And do you think that would solve the issue?
Do I think what?
You think that would solve your concern, your issue?
Oh, it's not going to stop him from yelling.
Oh, well, that's not the issue. Him yelling is not the issue.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Okay, what?
You said him yelling is not the issue.
It's not.
Him yelling is what causes me to have to leave the room.
Well, him yelling is an effect. It's not the cause. It's the effect of it. Your response is the cause.
No,
Because
you got it backwards. I wouldn't leave the room if he wasn't yelling.
okay, well, I'm glad you noticed that I have it backwards. So we just determined that with him being the CEO and the authoritative figure, and you already know that he's not going to stop yelling, and you also just said that you don't want to lose your job, and he is well within his rights to express himself in the manner based on his personality and his character, as long as he's not disrespecting you or causing you any kind of bodily harm. His raising his voice is probably a part of the pressure that comes with him having so much on his plate. With great
Well,
responsibility
it doesn't
comes
hurt any that the fact that he's like 6'4", and he's a big man, and he's got a very gruff voice, and he's like in his 70s,
all
so
of
he's
that.
kind of a cantankerous old man too.
All of that has a part in the bigger picture. And the bigger picture involves being the change you want to see. And considering he is the CEO and you are the one that's working for him, it would be in your best interest to take a look, as you said, not probably, but take a look at how you can be the one to make the adjustment. Now, PTSD is something that I don't take lightly at all, but it's definitely something that you can work around. Otherwise, you wouldn't be employed by someone else and you wouldn't be functioning in society the way you are. So I'm not going to say it's an excuse, but it is something that you can't use in this particular case as to why you don't like your job and why you're having a rough day and why you're going to put so much energy into what your boss is doing as opposed to what you can do.
Okay.
Okay, what?
Next subject.
Well, we're not finished with this one.
Oh, I am.
Why are you done with it?
We've accomplished all that we're going to accomplish about my job.
Okay,
So let's talk about something else.
Okay, we can go to something else, but I need some comfort in knowing that the time I just spent sharing with this was not in vain. So do you mind if I ask you a couple more questions?
You're gonna anyway. Go ahead.
No, I won't. If you tell me no, I won't. I'm not going to force myself. Do you
Go
mind?
ahead.
Okay. When you first got on the phone, you told me you had a rough day because your boss was, this bad person that you just didn't like yelling at you and standing over your shoulder and this, that, and the other. And now that you have had a chance to take a different look at it from a different angle, I get the impression that maybe you can deal with it and maybe your boss isn't as bad as you felt he was when you first started talking to me. And if that's the case, now I feel like maybe we did get something out of the conversation because I believe you're smart, you're intelligent. I believe you're more than qualified for your job and you can do it. You just might need to adjust the way you see what's going on. Life is 10% what happens and 90% of how we respond to it. And I believe you can come home tomorrow and have a different opinion about your boss and your job and how you feel if you just change the way you view it.
All right.
All right, what?
All right. I agree. All right means I.
All right, so do you feel better?
Sure.
Okay. All right, so next subject.